Hi everybody, this is Nick from Wave, and today I'm going to be talking about decentralized platforms. Are they the new frontier? So we're all used to centralized publishing platforms like YouTube acting as central hubs for our content and entertainment. But what about decentralized platforms? What does decentralization mean for content creators? Today we will explore the advantages and disadvantages of centralized content platforms for creators versus the familiar centralized ones. We will also be sharing some examples of these decentralized networks as jumping off points where you can publish, learn, and explore. But keep in mind, nothing mentioned here is an endorsement or investment advice, as some of these projects have a financial aspect to them. So let's get into it. So what is a decentralized platform? A decentralized platform or application, some people call it a DApp, is a digital software that functions in a network of independent nodes where no one entity has authority. DApps could be peer-to-peer networks like Napster in years past, or a blockchain network like Bitcoin, or many of the new Web3 platforms where copies of the network software are saved on millions of independently owned computers or devices all over the internet. These DApp networks are anti-fragile. The more one node tries to control a community, the harder the community will protect itself. New DApps are launching to offer alternatives to the current big tech platforms, with finance or DeFi and gaming leading the charge. Social media dApps, or DME, decentralized media apps, are just starting to debut. So let's talk about decentralized versus centralized platforms. Think about the more popular apps that you've used: Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, etc., and consider how these apps work. A single organization can turn on or off each app through a centralized computer system. But in a decentralized network, the users become the computers or nodes that run the system. Each creator on the platform then has the responsibility or a stake in the health of the network. This means each creator has a stronger presence and voice in the community to direct its future. Decentralized systems are typically open source, meaning the software code is shared publicly where the community can add to it or change it. Centralized systems are typically closed to the public and protected. And because many of the new DME dApps are based on a blockchain, they also come with the benefit of being recorded publicly forever on the blockchain, which can be both an advantage and a disadvantage. So let's talk about 4 decentralized apps for all of your publishing needs. A great alternative to Twitter or Instagram is an app called Minds. If you're hooked on Twitter, you should check out Minds. This decentralized open source social media platform is a blockchain-run Twitter alternative. It runs on the Ethereum or ERC20 blockchain, so you can upgrade to participate in crypto rewards for publishing and engagement. Keep in mind too that in all of these examples, there are new similar social media platforms launching for each smart contract crypto project. This is the same for Ethereum, to Bitcoin, to Cardano, to IOTA, so keep your ears open. A great alternative to YouTube is Dtube. This alternative to YouTube runs on the Steam blockchain and addresses some of the issues content creators have voiced about YouTube's AI. YouTube also holds the power to decide how content monetization works. With Dtube, these choices are given back to the user community so creators retain more say over the content they share. Also, check out Library for a similar decentralized platform. If you're looking for an alternative to Medium, Hive is a great decentralized blogging alternative. This decentralized platform builds on the Hive Blockchain network. Remember how decentralized networks can vote on the direction of their network? Hive was born when Justin Sun, the owner of the Tron cryptocurrency, bought Steam in 2020. The majority of the Steam network didn't like the potential move towards centralization, so they voted to hard fork the network into a new blockchain called Hive. The Hive Blockchain social media network creates incentives for content creators and bloggers to publish their content on the site. It's a great ecosystem for learning how Web3 works. Creators can earn cryptocurrency for sharing content on the platform, while other users also earn rewards for rating and voting on the published material. A good alternative to Spotify is Audius. Audius made headlines in 2021 when it partnered with TikTok to provide music to the platform. Through a decentralized Solana blockchain network and aligning artists, fans, and node operators, Audius aims to solve many of the challenges of the traditional music business. While catering to certain genres over others, it's still home to many podcasters, musicians, and producers. With rewards, badges, NFTs, and tokens, there is already plenty to like, created by fans and content creators alike. Let's talk about the advantages and disadvantages of using a decentralized platform. One of the major advantages of using a decentralized app can also be its disadvantage, the permanence of the content recorded on a public blockchain. While having more say in the direction of your community and its platform is advantageous, keeping up with the responsibility of maintaining a healthy network is not everyone's cup of tea. Copyright protection is not a feature of decentralized platforms currently, but proving you own content on a public blockchain can unlock other rewards and exclusive access. dApps often connect to private crypto wallets, making paying creators faster and easier. However, the security risks and financial impacts, if not done properly, open creators to unneeded risk. With less mainstream use and more niche community involvement, some published content may have a better chance at performing well. But of course, it's hard to beat a top centralized mainstream platform on the level of attention and audience. Top centralized platforms like Twitter are even heading off competition from these fledgling decentralized platforms by incorporating things like NFT profile pictures. One of the other disadvantages of decentralized apps is capacity, specifically the ability of these platforms to meet scale demands as more creators join. Growth in users may lead to congestion, slow speeds, transaction fees, and other issues. User-friendliness is another area of concern. These new platforms will have to compete with the time-tested, sleeker user interfaces of the more established platforms. In conclusion, blockchain technology is transforming how people work, transact, and even how they share and consume content. For content creators, from writers to podcasters, these platforms offer uncensored, creator-controlled content. Through these decentralized platforms, you now have alternatives to centralized big tech. Your content will live on the blockchain for as long as people use that blockchain. Should you accept the current risks and disadvantages, decentralized platforms may help you find your community, increase your influence, and give you a viable publishing alternative. We encourage you to load your Wave content onto at least one social dApp today, and I'll see you out there.